My point of view: I stand for open and questioning of authorities. I stand for honesty, fact-based reasoning, and debate. I oppose all censorship, including hate speech laws, name-calling, and insults. I want to talk to you about what I admire about Islam. Now, this may seem like a strange topic for me because I'm a notorious critic of Islam, but studying it, I understand its strengths, and I think we need to learn from those strengths. Don't denigrate your enemy if he's strong enough to oppose you. Let's start with family. Family is the basis of Islamic society, not the individual. This has an overwhelming advantage. Why? It provides for a next generation, whereas individuals don't necessarily provide that. I'm an old man, and one of the things I like about Islam is it teaches respect for your elders. Call it a personal whim, but I like that. Then, Islam has a concept of civilizational war that beats all other doctrines of war. It certainly beats our doctrine of war, which usually just considers it kinetic warfare, that is, bullets and bombs. Now, if you want to oppose us on the battlefield, we do great, but unfortunately this war is being fought in ways other than bullets and bombs. Islam has an ability to work in groups. This is wonderful because they get more done. We, on the other hand, have an individual and we don't get as much work done. Muslims meet frequently, locally, and across the nation. Why? To plan their civilizational war. You see, they're here to win. They believe in long-range strategic planning. The Muslim Brotherhood Explanatory Memo is a work of extraordinary genius. It covers generational planning and a breadth of war that we don't even comprehend. Take this as an example, General Stanley McChrystal's battle plans in Afghanistan. There's no mention of Islam, no mention of jihad, and no mention of Muslims. Well, good luck on making that work in a country like Afghanistan. Now let's talk about textbooks. They're also used in civilizational war. In the 7th grade in Tennessee, you will learn that Islam was the golden age, was the high point of civilization, that women were given their rights first by Islam, the first constitution came from Islam, and that Islam cares for the Jew and the Christian and takes care of them. These things are only at best half true, but little Tennesseans will grow up believing this. Then we have Sharia finance, a brilliant plan where money is taken from our civilization and put into the civilizational war to tear us down. If you're an individual and want to do what I do, good luck on getting any money. But if you're a Muslim and want to do what I do, money will be there. If I were a Muslim and decided to run for the Congress of the United States, I would have all the money I needed. I sat in a mosque in Southern California and watched as $20,000 was raised from about 50 people. And it was for the stated purpose of civilizational war, lawfare. They were generous. They're quite generous. You see, Muslims want to win, and we just want a tie. We want everybody to like us. Go to a bridge building event inside the religious community and you'll discover that the rabbis and the Christian clergy, they're there just to be nice and pleasant, whereas the imam is there to score points. He knows Christianity and he knows Judaism, and he uses that knowledge well. They teach their young dawah, that is, how to preach the gospel of Islam to the young Christians and others they meet in school. I don't know of any church that prepares its young people to try to convert Muslims. There's no opposition within the church or the synagogue to what I call the love jihad, which is when Muslims seek out Christians and Jewish girls to marry them and have Muslim babies. Muslims have courage and optimism. I gave a talk to 400 people in Chattanooga, and one Muslim showed up to try to ask me difficult questions. Find a kafir who will attend a meeting of 400 Muslims to try to ask tough questions. Muslims know their history of victory and losses. Here in Nashville, Tennessee, the buckle on the Bible Belt, you won't be able to find a minister who knows that Turkey used to be a Christian nation. They just don't care. Because the university they went to didn't teach the history of conquest. They didn't teach the status of the dhimmi. They're winning. They've proudly proclaimed at a Muslim Student Association meeting at Vanderbilt University that everything was in place and that Islam had won in Nashville, Tennessee, because even the fundamentalist churches consider Islam to be a valid religion. Look at the refugees who come in, vastly over proportioned to be Muslims. What about all the Christian refugees? Nah, mostly Muslim. We need to study the winners so that we don't become losers. We need to know the enemy, and Islam is the enemy of our civilization. It has some good things, and we need to learn them so that we can be winners too. Thank you.